All right, Shalom, it's your brother Shabar from Phoenix. That being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, QUADASH. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. Let's get right into the scripture. This is 1 Corinthians 9:24. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth a prize? So run that ye may obtain." Because that's the whole thing, man. We're very close to the finish line, man, of the race that was set before us, man, of our participation, of our being called in this truth, man. You know, the Lord has called us to run a race, to put forth effort to obtain the prize. That prize being that crown, man, that crown of righteousness that the Lord is going to give to those men that endure until the end. So Paul's he's giving an exhortation here to the elect, man, because the elect are the ones that are called to run the race, that are going to obtain that crown. So he's giving exhortation to the elect men, to those that are called. You know, most high willing we be those chosen to run that race. Run so what? So run that ye may obtain. That means putting forth your best effort, man. You know, putting forth your all, so to speak. You know, leaving nothing in the tank. You know, because that's the time we're in, man, where we got the elder RAWCHAA. You know, he had a page that's called GMS push on, and then he made a new page called GMS push harder. You know, and so push harder, man. That's a spirit right there. That's a spirit for brothers to let you know that we have to push harder. You know, that was to the spirit that brother titled that page, man, because these are the times that we are living in, man. Before we were pushing on, but now we're called to push harder. You know, so that's beautiful, man. I'm gonna run that back again. It's just 1 Corinthians 9:24. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize." That prize is what, man? You know, and Paul just using what's it called? I'm trying to figure the word for it. It's not parable. It's a simile, I think it is, where he's likening one thing. Metaphor, that's what it is. Metaphor. He's using the metaphor of running a race, you know, and running in our participation and our effort in this truth, man. I'm gonna run that back again. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. And that's exactly what it is, man. We are seeking that crown. That is the reward that the Lord is going to give his elect men for enduring and pushing on and sacrificing for their commitment. That is the wages we are going to receive from the Lord for doing this work. I'm going to read verse 26. "I therefore so run, not as uncertainly." So he runs with faith, man. He runs with determination. He runs with steadfastness, focus, and hope. "Fight I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air." So what he does has purpose, man. Our walk, our run in this truth, our effort in this truth has purpose. It has a purpose. It's multi-purpose. It's to call in the elect. It's to bring mercy on yourself, to wash that blood off your hands, like it says in the book of Ezekiel. And it's to obtain that mercy and that crown for the Lord. So it has purpose, man, because that's why Paul says, "I therefore so run, not as uncertainly," because he has purpose in what he was doing, man. But the world, like we read in verse 25, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown. Their reward has no purpose. It has no significance at the end of the day, because Jake strives to gain riches and money, man. But you know, we all know that shit is going to be done away with pretty soon. And verse 27 says, "But I keep under my body, and I bring it into subjection, that by any means when I preach to others, I myself should be a castaway." And I just chose about the discipline that Paul had in the running of his race, because it does take discipline to be in this truth, man. It does take a self-discipline and a level of self-discipline commitment higher than your average man to be in this truth, man. And with that, I want to get Philippians 3:14. we're almost at the finish line. So brothers should have that mentality. Not saying that brothers don't, but we have to, we gotta push harder, like the elder RAWCHAA said, man. Philippians, Salakia. Philippians 3 and 14, I think it is. Salakia. It says, I press, Philippians 3 and 14, it says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of YAHAWAH and Mashiach YAHAWAHSHI. So there's once again, he likens this to like a sporting event, man, an extreme sporting event, and he understands and he knows that there's a prize for his labor. He understands it and he knows that there is a reward for all the things that he went through. And what did they say about Paul, man? YAHAWAHSHI said about Paul. He said he will suffer many things for my name's sake. So Paul knew that all the sufferings was going to have a reward for it, a price for it, man. That was his mentality throughout his whole ministry. He knew there was a prize coming to him. He knew there was a crown coming to him. That's why he went as hard as he did. The Lord put the Spirit on him to go that hard, man. And with that, I want to get 1 Peter 1:13. Just a real quick lesson here at the plantation. This is 1 Peter 1:13. It says, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind and be sober. So that's talking about a mentality that we're supposed to have in these last days. And hope to the end. So we're supposed to have a focused mentality, and we're supposed to maintain and increase our hope. And hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you, talking about a future sense, at the revelation of Mashiach YAHAWAHSHI. And we're going to receive that grace if we continue in that hope to the end, and we continue to run that race. We continue to press toward that mark. We're going to receive that grace when the revelation of Mashiach YAHAWAHSHI, when YAHAWAHSHI is revealed, when he cracks them clouds, man. We're going to receive that mercy. Verse 14. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance. And we always bring this out, man, but this is the mentality, man. This is what it is, man. You can't be that old man. You can't be that old person. You can't be that. You can't. To the best of your ability, you have to discard everything worldly about your former self, man. Whether your likes, your passions, your hobbies, or whatever it is, to the best of your ability. That's just going to help you in your walk, in your race. And with that, I'm going to get Romans 3 and 21. I think it is. Salaki, that in it. Salaki, that was Revelation 3 and 21. It says, to him that this is YAHAWAHSHI speaking, in the red. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne. To overcome what? The obstacles, the obstacle course that we are called to run in this truth, man. The enduring of our faith, the hoping until the end. We overcome these things, man. The things that are going to come against us. Now, YAHAWAHSHI told us that to him to overcome it. So there's something that needs to be, there's going to be stumbling blocks. There's going to be temptations. There's going to be struggles and falls in our walk in this truth. Because if that wasn't the case, then YAHAWAHSHI wouldn't give a award to a man that overcomes. He would have said it something different. But from the beginning, YAHAWAHSHI told his disciples and told the elect that was going to be. He told them from the beginning it's going to be a straight gate. He told you from the beginning that it was going to be a life of difficulty. He told you from the beginning that you will be hated for my name's sake. These are the things that we have to overcome in our walk in this truth, man. And there's many more things that we are going to have to overcome when because the time of Jacob's trouble is arrived, man. The beginning of sorrows is here. I'll read that back again, Revelation 3:21. To him the overcomers will I grant. So he's gonna grant you, he's gonna give you that reward to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and I am sat down with my Father and in his throne. So we are to follow YAHAWAHSHI's example. And with that, I'm gonna and that examples. I'll get a precept for that shows you YAHAWAHSHI's mentality, his overcoming mentality, because he said that he has overcome. I'm gonna get that picture back again, Salakia. It says, Revelation 3:21, to him the overcomers will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame. Just like so YAHAWAHSHI is saying, if I did it, so you can do it too. And I'm gonna get Hebrews the 12th chapter. It shows you the mentality, the overcoming mentality that YAHAWAHSHI had. Yeah, I'll start at verse 1. It says, wherefore see, this is talking about the obstacles and the things that we must overcome. Going back to Revelation 3:21. Here's Hebrews 12:1. Wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which does so easily beset us. These are some of the things that we have to overcome. Our own selves. And let us run with patience the race that is set before us. And there's Paul again likening this truth into a race, and a race requires effort. This is the overcoming mentality right here, verse 2, that YAHAWAHSHI had. Looking unto YAHAWAHSHI, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, because he kept his eyes on the prize, man, he ran the race so that he may win, as an example for us, endured the cross. And what does the scripture say? That we must bear our cross daily. So just like YAHAWAHSHI bare his cross, he endured the cross, he endured that suffering, that humiliation, and all the things he went through as an example to the elect, man, to give him that example of an overcoming spirit, who for the joy that was set before him, keeping his eye on the prize, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. For consider him that endured such contradictions of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your mind. So that's why YAHAWAHSHI gave us that example and the things that he went through as an example for us to strengthen and exhort his men, the elect men. Most high willing we be those men. That's why it says, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds, for consider him consider who? YAHAWAHSHI, man. So take that to deep in consideration, all the things that YAHAWAHSHI went through for you. And use that mentality, that overcoming mentality that YAHAWAHSHI had, instill that in yourself, man. In your pursuit of this crown. And that means what, man? That means obeying the Lord, man, and doing the things that he has called us to do. And to endure the things that he has called us to endure. And to suffer the things that he has called us to suffer. Because there's still a hard road ahead, man. You can see that coming. If you got spiritual eyes, you can see that coming. Because there is a reward, man. I'm going to get Philippians 2:16. It says, holding forth the word of life. So that's what brothers do, man. We hold that word of life. We are constantly in it. We are constantly in the scriptures. We are constantly breaking down, teaching scriptures, man. Brothers making videos, and doing their thing, man. Right now there's a lot of brothers that can't go out to the highways and hedges because of the situation known as the COVID-19 coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, man. But brothers been diligent being out there, man. Brothers been diligent and going out to camp and making their videos, man. Spreading, holding forth the word of life. Exactly, that's what it is, man. That I may, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of YAHAWAHSHI, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. So our work, our effort in this truth, those things that you put your effort into, in this word, and His work, and His ministry, making full proof of our ministry, it has reward, man. It's not done in vain. It's not, when our labor is not in vain. Our walk's not going to be in vain. Our run's not going to be in vain. And the labor and the work that we did is going to be in vain. This is the most important work that any man can do. That's why Apostle Kabar always says that we should value us being in this truth very dearly, man, and take it very seriously. For the same cause also do you joy and rejoice with me. That's going to be that all that labor and all that trial and tribulation that we went through. Most High willing, we beat those men. It's gonna give us a cause for rejoicing and joy when that time comes to receive our reward, man. You're gonna be glad that you went through the things that you went through. You're gonna say that you didn't go through enough for the prize that we get. Instead, I'm gonna get 2 Timothy 4:7. It says, I have fought the good fight. This is Paul once again. He stayed faithful unto death, man. Be faithful unto death. You should receive a crown of life. If you're paraphrasing, that says 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. I'm gonna read verse 6, man. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. He was ready to die, man. I have fought a good fight. He knew all the things that he did. He knew that he kept the faith. He knew that he was faithful, man. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. So he knew the commitment that he had. He knew that it was unwavering commitment. And he knew that the trial and tribulation that he went through, he knew what he was called for, man. To suffer for his name's sake. You go in the book of Acts, it said the Yahawashi told I forgot who it was. I think it was Ananias. Show him what things I must suffer for my name's sake. I'm gonna see if I can get that scripture real quick. Slakia. Bear with me, brothers. Yeah, Khan. This is I was talking to Ananias. This is what he told him about Paul. It says the Lord said him to go that way, for he that shows a vessel unto me to bear my name before the Gentiles and the kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. So that was Paul was called for, man. And that's what brothers are called for. Brothers are called to do for the exact same mission. The same mission that Paul had was to what? To bear the name before the Gentiles. And the Gentiles talk about the Israelite foreigners, or those that didn't know that they were Israelites. And that's exactly what the men, the highways and hedges do. You learn that you're an Israelite, and you wake up the hopeful leg to that truth as well. This is what we're called for, man. If I would show him great things, for I show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake, man. And that's exactly what Paul did. And he knew that he did that, man. Let's go back to 2 Timothy. Four and 7. And it says 4 and 6. For I am now ready to be offered, in the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, not only to me only, but also to them that love is appearing. So Paul knew, man. Paul knew that Paul kept his eyes on the prize. Paul pressed toward the mark. Just like if we read in Hebrews 12 and 1, YAHAWAHSHI did the same thing. He's had that same overcoming mentality. And that being said, man, it's a real quick lesson here with the plantation. Hope the lesson was edifying. Brothers, keep on pushing. We almost at the finish line. Keep on running, man. That won't say Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. Shalom.